Mikel Merino at the double. Arsenal 2, Leicester 0. And this game was very, very boring. If you were neutral watching this game, I wouldn't be surprised if you fell asleep, because for the first half especially, Arsenal had no shots on target. All the possession, but it was Leicester who had, you could say, a chance, an indeedy volley. Second half, same, it was still Leicester that created the most dangerous chances. I believe there was a beautiful ball played into the back post by Jordan Ayew, who always seems to want to play and turn up against Arsenal. He's definitely an Arsenal fan, just like Watkins. But Skelly cleared it. A certain goal. Decordova-Reid was going to tap in at the back post, but no. But the game turned with Mikel Arteta's substitutes. And I'm very critical of Arteta, especially subs in-game management. But yesterday against Leicester, he got it spot on. He brings on Mikel Merino around the 70th minute for Raheem Sterling, who was stinking the place out. He was horrendous. He was the worst player on the pitch by far. He got pocketed by James Justin, and then he got pocketed by a Koulibaly gun. It was a very, very shocking display from Raheem Sterling. So Merino comes on, and around the 83rd minute, a fantastic ball by Nwaneri, and Mikel Merino heads it home 1-0. And then about 5 minutes later, he got a second. 2-0, game done. It's a lovely day to be an Arsenal fan. The women are currently 4-0 up against Tottenham in the North London derby as well. So it's a beautiful day for the Arsenal fans. But now we'll go into the 5 takeaways from the game, because I didn't fully break down the game completely. The first takeaway, Nwaneri. So this boy, he weren't trusted earlier on in the season when Odegaard was injured. I don't know why. What was Mikel Arteta doing? This could potentially have picked us up points. The Newcastle game, we lost at 1-0. Maybe if he's on the pitch, it's 1-1. Extra point. The Bournemouth game, maybe we're winning the game and Saliba don't get sent off. Who knows? There's many, many question marks. But he looks like such a special talent. The touches, the first touch, the second touch, the dribbling ability. This boy is so technical. You can't really teach this type of ability. You either have it or you don't. You can't learn to be a tech man. Romelu Lukaku and Rasmus Højlund, they're not now just suddenly going to develop mad levels of tech. No, their first touches are still going to be clunky, and they're just natural goal scorers. So it's always wonderful when I see players like Nwaneri come through, no fear, and shine. Just like Lamau did. Yamal was shining. Age only matters if you're not good enough. And Ethan, he's good enough already. He is going to soon, in the next 18 months, command a first team position. Starting. Because we can't afford to let him go. We cannot afford to sacrifice his development. If it's in Odegaard's position, so be it. So be it. He doesn't like shooting from outside the box, and Nwaneri does. So straight away, it could be an upgrade in that position from an offensive standpoint. But we know Odegaard brings a lot more than just goals and assists, because he's not really getting the goals this season. What I need to see from my captain is him shooting more. A lot of times in this game, he weren't shooting. Ethan, he hit the bar and then he hit the post. He is ready. He must have had at least 3 shots in this game. And our captain, I don't know if he might have had 1. But yeah, I want to see more from my captain. Second takeaway. So, the second takeaway is Mikel Arteta. I'm a big critic of Mikel Arteta's, but I have to be honest with myself. Yesterday, he played an absolute blinder with that substitution of Mikel Merino. He was teasing us during the week, saying Mikel Merino can play striker. Ha ha, for those of you that listen to press conferences. Me, I don't pay that much attention, but boy oh boy, he weren't lying. He made the sub, and that sub was sensational. Merino, 2 strikers finishes. Great glance header, and then a nice controlled finish. Mikel Merino, I've been very critical of you as well. But today, you done very, very well. And Arteta, your management today, sublime. Please try and continue that for the remainder of the season. 13 games to go. Who knows? Who knows? The third takeaway is going to be Mikel Merino. He's been dubbed Arsenal's worst signing of the transfer window by some, even though it's clearly Raheem Sterling. It's not even up for debate. He's got a goal against Liverpool. Now he's got 2 against Leicester. So he's proving to be quite shrewd piece of business. For 25 million, he can now play striker. He can play centre midfield. You know what? It's on my bad. I didn't see this version of Mikel Merino before. But after what you done against Leicester, I'm going to ease up my criticism of you. You ain't been the best in midfield, but you ain't been the worst. It's your first season back in England. Maybe you're a bit nervous, I don't know, but well done to you, Mikel Merino, today. You've proved the doubters wrong, and that is what we all love to see. Fourth takeaway. Myles Lewis-Skelly. I feel like I repeat the same names every time I watch Arsenal. Ethan, Myles Lewis-Skelly, Timber, the centre-backs. Myles Lewis-Skelly today, he saved Arsenal, because no doubt if Jordan Ayew's cross found Decordova-Reid, 1-0 to Leicester, game done, Arsenal fans crying. And he's a midfielder, but that piece of defending, many fullbacks, Carl Walker, you can learn from Myles Lewis-Skelly, because you always forget a man behind you at the back post. You and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the 2 of you. But Myles Lewis-Skelly, this performance today, especially that one last-ditch tackle, was top class. So comfortable on the ball. Very strong. Level-headed. Great temperament. You have been one of the shining lights for Arsenal this season, and I just wish in some parallel universe that you are able to lift the Premier League at the end of this season, because there's many players, there's probably about 7 individuals on the whole. Someone steps up from this group and saves Arsenal every single week. And even when Myles Lewis-Skelly, they're in that group. they are in that group of saving Arsenal. And I'm just so grateful that these youngsters came through our academy. So Myles, well done to you. I'm a big fan. Last takeaway. So, the fifth and final takeaway. Arsenal, we are now 15 games unbeaten in the league. 10 wins and 5 draws. It's probably the draws that makes us feel like a sour taste in our mouths. Everton, Fulham, Villa, Brighton, and there's probably one more in there that we drew. But one thing that I'll say is I didn't know that things were going quite as good as they were. I've been very critical, especially with the injuries and that lack of business. I hope this lack of business doesn't cost us. I hope there is a way that we can win this league with these injuries. I want Mikel Arteta to get his flowers. I want Arsenal to not be a laughingstock no more. But 15 games unbeaten and we're still 7 points behind. The next 4 games, when we get to 10 matches to go, that is when we're gonna know, because Liverpool have Wolves today, Man City and Aston Villa away, and Newcastle at home. I'd expect them to get 6 points minimum, maybe 7. But if they get less than that, we need to close the gap. We have West Ham, Chelsea at home, Man United away, and Nottingham Forest away. So I don't know how many points we're going to get from those games. I don't know how many points Liverpool's going to get. But at the very least, let's try and remain undefeated. Whether that's 10 points or 8 points, let's just try, remain undefeated, and try and keep the gap respectable until we get the Martinellis and Saka's back. Really, Saka. I don't know when Saka's coming back. I feel like it might be too late. Martinelli might come back and step up, but we're gonna have to see. Long season ahead. All the best to Arsenal. All the best. Because that's all I can say. All the best to the players, to everyone. Hopefully, this is our year. So guys, Arsenal 2, Leicester 0. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. I'm on the road to 100 subscribers. Can you get me there, people? If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Bless people.